So, world, let's go ahead and talk about how the Pisces relate with every sign. All right, let's go ahead and start off with their fellow water signs, which the Pisces should relate very well with, having the same elemental energy. But let's go ahead and talk about two Pisces together. Now, Pisces and another Pisces will relate very well with each other, not just because they're the same element, but also because Pisces are very good at adapting to other people. So, two Pisces will definitely understand how to adapt with each other's differences. All right, so they will definitely understand each other's emotional ways or sensitive ways and be able to work well with each other. They shouldn't really have any issues at all, just because Pisces are very good at relating. It will just depend on how long term they will want to keep their relationship. All right, it really just will depend on them, but they really won't have any issues. Okay, if they did, then it will just be like a mutual agreement and there really won't be any conflict between them. All right, so two Pisces together will get along great. All right, now we got the Cancers. Now, Pisces and the Cancer together should relate very well also because the Cancers are one of the more sensitive signs out there. So they're going to know exactly how to deal with the Pisces sensitive ways and emotional ways as well. Now, if they care about similar things, then they're going to get along even better. If they don't care about similar things, then there's going to be a decent relationship, not going to be a very strong long-term relationship, but they're still going to know how to get along with each other. Only thing is the Cancer may at times be too private for the Pisces, who's all about being open and just sharing things and just sharing feelings and everything. But the Cancers at times can be a little private for the Pisces. That may be the only thing that may hold back their relationship. But outside of that, the Cancer and the Pisces should get along very well. All right, now we got the Scorpio. So the Pisces and Scorpio together can also relate very well, especially if they have similar passions and desires. Scorpios are very much sensitive and emotional people at times, so the Pisces will definitely know how to work with the Scorpio and just learn how to understand the Scorpio. But if the Scorpio decides they don't want to expose much about themselves, then that'll make it difficult for the Pisces to learn and understand the Scorpio, right? So this relationship will work well if one, they have similar passion and desires, and if two, the Scorpio is a little more open and allows the Pisces to have an understanding for them. All right, so outside that, if not, then it'll be a little hard for the Pisces to get along with a Scorpio, especially long term. But short term, they're sensitive and emotional enough to work with each other and understand each other on a short term basis. But so overall, when it comes to water signs, of course, Pisces get along best with other Pisces, then the Cancers and the Scorpios last. All right, now let's move on to the fire signs, which may be a little tougher for the Pisces, being that water puts out fire. But let's go ahead and talk about it, starting with the Aries. A Pisces and the Aries together can get along fairly well because the Pisces are always willing to adapt to other people. So with the Aries, the Pisces will need to have like a competitive or fiery edge to them. I just like to be action oriented and do things in order to relate well with the Aries. The Aries not really gonna know how to relate well with the Pisces sensitive or caring ways. So it really all depends on the Pisces having a competitive or fiery edge similar to the Aries. All right, so this will most likely be a short-term relationship if they were to get along, not a long-term relationship. It will really all depend on the Pisces, which will probably be too draining for the Pisces to deal with the Aries long-term. All right, so that's the Pisces and the Aries. Next fire sign is the Leos. Now the Pisces and Leo together can actually get along pretty good because Leos are really all about their imaginations and their creativity, which is similar to the Pisces, who are all about their dreams and imagination. So if these two have similar passions and desires, then they're gonna get along good, short term or long term, because they're gonna know how to show each other the love and support that they need. Now, what they may not get along is if they don't have the same passion and desires, and the Leos has got too much going on for the Pisces. They're gonna be all about their pleasures and just getting the love and attention that they desire, and not gonna be very much sensitive or caring at all to the Pisces, who are definitely gonna be caring and supportive to whatever the Leo got going on. So the Pisces just may not get a good return and an investment when it comes to relating with the Leo if they don't have similar passions and desires. All right, so that's really where they may struggle to get along. All right, so that's the Pisces and the Leo. Next and last fire sign is the Sagittarius. Pisces and Sagittarius together can relate fairly well because they are ruled by the same planet. They're both gonna have similar natures. They're both gonna be big on experiences and just going on adventures, and also gonna be very big on their spirituality. So they will relate fairly well long term or short term. The biggest issue with them is trust when it comes to Pisces and Sag, because they both have unreliable tendencies, and this is gonna be an issue if they can't trust each other. But because they have similar natures, it should make it easier for them to relate and get along. But trust is gonna be the key issue if it's gonna be a short term or a long term relationship. So when it comes down to all the fire signs, Pisces do get along best with the Sag because they are similar natures, then the Leos, and last the Aries. Next, we got the earth signs, which should be better for the Pisces to relate with because earth signs do carry the similar reserved energies as the water signs do. But let's go ahead and start off with the Tauruses. A Pisces and a Taurus together can relate very well together because Taurus are actually very good at relating with others, just like the Pisces. So the Pisces will be able to understand and get along with the Taurus's calm, cool, and collected ways, and Taurus should be able to understand the Pisces sensitive and emotional ways. Now, where they may not get along is if the Taurus is a little too brutally honest and harsh for the Pisces, all right? They may just be a little too much for the Pisces to deal with long term, because the Taurus is just gonna stay honest and the Pisces is gonna stay caring and sensitive, all right? And that's not gonna change. So that's where they may not get along, but overall, they're definitely gonna be able to relate well and understand each other. Next up, we got the Virgos. Now, the Pisces and Virgo together can relate on a very decent level because these two are opposite signs. A lot of balance and a lot of understanding of each other's point of view will be needed for them to really work on a long-term level. But it should be able to relate well on a short term because both of these signs like to deal and interact with other people a lot, so they do know how to work with others. They just gotta learn how to understand each other's point of view and be willing to work with each other. Right now, the Pisces are always caring enough to adapt to others, so it will depend more on our Virgos willing to understand and adapt to the Pisces caring and sensitive ways. Next and last earth sign is the Capricorns. Now, the Cap and the Pisces together can also work on a decent level because Caps are very much business-oriented people, and they're very much going to be focused on their career. So this will be something that the Pisces will have to be focused on for them to be able to work long-term, relate well with the Capricorns, all right? So if it's not about career or if it's not about business, then they're going to struggle to relate with each other, right? Capricorns are not going to be sensitive or caring enough to want to deal with the Pisces if it's not business or work related, all right? So when it comes down to earth signs, Pisces get along best with the Tauruses, then the Virgos, and then the Capricorns last. Last up, air signs, which may be a little tough for the Pisces to deal with because air signs are all logic and no emotion. But let's go ahead and start off with the Geminis. Pisces and Gemini together can actually relate fairly well, especially on a short-term level, because Geminis are all about being social with other people, and Pisces are all about relating with other people. So on a short-term level, they could maybe be very social and superficial with each other, and that will work fine. But on a long-term level, there's going to be some kind of trust needed where the Geminis could be a little too playful for the Pisces sensitive, caring ways. All right, so long-term, this may not work well for the Pisces when it comes to them dealing with the Geminis. Next up, Libras. Now, the Pisces and Libra together can actually get along very well because Libras are very much relatable people like the Pisces, and they're also big on their style and aesthetics like the Pisces. So they could get along long-term or short-term. Where they may not get along is that the Libras is big on structure and organization, where the Pisces is not. So the Pisces can be unreliable for the Libras, and that's where the problem lies between them. Last up, Aquarius. Now, the Pisces and Aquarius together can really relate decent on a short-term level, not really long-term, because although the Pisces are willing to relate with Aquarius' unique and strange ways, the Aquarius may not be sensitive or caring enough to deal with the unreliability of the Pisces, because Aquarius are big on structure and organization themselves. So when it's all said and done, I say the Pisces relate best with the Libras, then the Geminis, and then Aquarius last. And that wraps it up. Peace.